Welcome back to the channel. Today I wanted to show you guys this little F-head that I just recently picked up. Now when I got this, it was completely assembled. It was a power pack for a pump. It had a Gorman Rupp pump hanging on the back end of it. At one time in its life it had a governor on it as well, but that must have gotten broken off. Part of the bracket was still on the motor. But this was completely assembled when I got it, and the motor was seized up. I soaked it with oil for a couple months, hoping that I could break this motor free. Now I want to show you why I was hoping that it might be a good motor. So if you look in the cylinder, now granted this motor is not any good, but there's almost nothing for a ridge on the top of these cylinders. It's a standard bore motor. You can see it there, but this is what actually happened to the motor. So I'm assuming it was sitting out for a long time, not covered. It must have got water in the cylinder, and I'm pretty sure that that froze and pushed it out, cracked the block. So this block is junk now, but I am actually going to use it. Hopefully I can show you guys. I have a boring bar, and so I'm actually going to use this block just to play around with my boring bar a little bit and learn how to use it. I have a very old boring bar, and so I want to just use it a little bit more before I use it on a good motor. So this might be a good test motor for that. So let me know in the comments if you want to see some boring and how that works. But let me show you what else is kind of cool about this motor. So some of the valve train stuff on it is actually in really good shape. Let me go around to the other side. Again, just taking the cover off, you can see it was in pretty good shape. Now this valve spring, I think it's put on upside down, but other than that, everything looked really clean in the motor. So hopefully I'll be able to, salvage a few more parts out of this motor there. It did come with carburetor, good starter, all the tin on it's good, the valve cover, the oil pan, the front cover, all that seems to be good. But this is what I'm most excited about. So it's just a standard bell housing, but this was a direct drive pump. So it did not have a clutch. It just had this plate. The pump shaft went right into it. And this is the flywheel. Now it had just a little bit of surface rust on it, and I cleaned it off. But if you take a look, that is basically a brand new flywheel. It has never had a clutch on it. It's got a brand new pilot bushing in it. That was never anything in that either. The pump didn't go in that far, so that was covering it, and so that is pretty cool. The ring gear, again, because it's a pump, it's not getting used that much. It's not like an everyday thing. The ring gear is in real good shape. If I just a second, let me flip it over. So it's a little bit cruddy looking on the back side, but you can see, other than just a couple of spots, I think maybe where this is like the worst spot on the whole thing. I think that might have been where the starter was when they were trying to start it after it was seized up. But the rest of the teeth, although they look cruddy with that, they're in really good shape. So one quick story about finding these little power packs. Whatever they're hooked to, if you can find them, I think they're worth trying to get. Especially if you don't have much into them, because you never know. Like this one, a lot of it's junk. But I had a good experience with a GPW motor. It was in a generator. When we took that out, the block was in fantastic condition. Just regasketed it, put it back together. That's in my brother's Jeep. You can see him driving it around a little bit in some of our other videos. So keep your eye out for these. You might get lucky, get a few really good parts for, on the cheap. So let me know in the comments what you think. Let me know again about boring if you guys want to see some of that, if you're interested. Thanks for watching. See you next time.